god, we should just all become a bee colony. I want to be a worker bee. One of you gets to like get turned into the queen and just like sit and like lay eggs and shit. Oh god, bees are so gross. Ugh. No, I don't want to be the queen. That sounds fucking awful. Just being like a mindless worker bee drone making prolipus or whatever. Yeah, the queen job sucks. Yeah. And that is if you even can become a queen, because sometimes there's multiple queens. They have to fight to the death and they kill each other brutally and painfully. They should make an anime like that, but it's like a anime girl bee colony. But it's like a dramatic, like kind of like Attack on Titan style action, horror, drama, big, juicy drama. Venture Bros subplot, wasn't there? Oh my god, wasn't there an episode like that? I think I watched that when I was a kid and it like did something to my brain. Don't they try to like kidnap the dad to be a worker bee or something? I don't remember. Or maybe, am I mixing this up with something else? I swear to god, there was some cartoon where like, there's like a bee colony and like the queen bee tries to hypnotize or mind control somebody into becoming a worker bee. A tournament arc to decide who gets the royal jelly. Yeah, the thing is, like, worker bees, they're all female, aren't they? Like, bee colonies, the queen, and all the worker bees, they're all girls. So it could be like it could either be like a cute slice of life anime with a bunch of like anthropomorphic bee girls. Wait, hold on, let me switch. Sorry. I suppose now that 15 minutes have elapsed, I shall, my visage shall meet your acquaintance. I guess I suppose. Whatever. Oh, how droll. I suppose I shall switch my scene now that 15 minutes have elapsed. Hello, everyone. It is nice to, I guess, be streaming today on Saturday. Visage time. Woo! I think I played like 2 hours of that game one time and I got really, really mad. Or maybe I might be mixing it up with something else. Where are the bat balls? I still have them. I do still have them on a silver platter. But imagine like a anime adaptation of a bee colony. All the they would be like mostly human girls, because I feel like it'd be too alienating for them to be more bug-like than human. But I guess like I suppose they could still have wings and like antenna and stuff like that. But too many bug-like appendages and stuff like that would just be kind of, I don't know, it'd feel too alienating. I'd be like, am I watching a bee or am I watching a human? Like, I can't really relate to a bee, you know? I can't really relate to that. Not saying I'm human or anything, but it's like, it's the closest thing to what I know. I'm not saying it's like bad to be a bee or a bug. It's just like I can't really relate to that kind of thing. And wouldn't it be cute if it was like all a bunch of anime bee girls working together in a colony? I think it would probably work best if it was more like a light-hearted comedy slice of life, but with like a little bit of drama and like heartful moments, you know, like a tournament arc, like somebody said, where the new queen bee gets elected and it's kind of like electing the class president, and instead of fighting to the death, I don't know, maybe they gotta show like how spirited they are. Yeah. It's so cool that you are part bug, only in that maybe I've accidentally or purposely ingested a few, especially in the last few days on my days off, you know. Gotta fuel up somehow. We could have it animated by Queen Bee too. Wait, that would be perfect. And like it'd be like a cute like day-to-day like slice of life thing where they're all like working together to make honey and propolis with like bee facts interspersed. And then sometimes there would be like, wait, what if there's like a climactic threat where all the bee girls and the rival bee colonies decide to work together in the face of a bigger threat, which is like a huge beekeeper, because they're all like little tiny microscopic, like they're still like human shaped, but they're still bees, so they're like really tiny. So like the beekeeper is like an actual human, and they're like a giant, and they have to come together and fight the beekeeper. Yeah. Or wait, what if they like isekai the beekeeper? Man, that would totally change the show. That would change the show into like a perverted mess. I like my idea better, cause like if they isekai the beekeeper, just some like beekeeper dude, it turned into like a harem like bullshit waste of time piece of shit show. I like the idea where it's just like peace and harmony among the bees, and the beekeeper gets murdered by them all at the end. Like they like all swarm the beekeeper and just fucking kill him. Queen Bee Academy. Yeah. What if the beekeeper has thousands of bees in the suit? That would be the big twist at the end. They're like, what? Why? You're bees just like us. Why are you doing this? And it turns out they're like the evil bees, but through the power of bee friendship, they win the rival bees over. And they all live the 3 bee kingdoms in harmony. That'd be so awesome. We're born into another world where I'm a brood mother. Okay, wait a minute. What if starts out as like a beekeeper and he's working on bee colonies. He's like a bee otaku, and he gets like isekai'd into the bee colony when like there's an incident where something goes wrong. A bunch of bees get into his suit. They sting him to death. And he's like, oh, so this is how I go. Stung to death by bees. My one true love and passion in this life. Well, I guess I'm dying happy then. And then it fades, and he wakes up, and suddenly there's like a bunch of anthropomorphic bee girls surrounding him, and they're like, are you okay? You look like our new queen. And he got isekai'd but reincarnated into a queen bee. So he becomes their new brood mother, and he has to like go on his maiden flight and like get a bunch of bee semen in his bee pussy. I think it can work. And then like it would be like more of like a fish out of water story where you learn things, more and more things about the bee colony through this character, because while he is a bee otaku in his previous life, he gets isekai and reincarnated, and now he's a queen bee. And there's things that not even he knew that the bees teach to him. And he learns, and he's like so excited to learn about all this, because he's like, whoa, it's kind of like, have you ever seen Atlantis? Have you ever seen Atlantis with fucking Milo, where he's like really, really into all this like ancient civilization shit, but then he suddenly discovers that it's still real, it's around, and he gets to interview actual like ancient Atlanta people. Isn't that crazy? Bro Ceratop says, honey-covered bee pussy fuck. But wouldn't it be so cute? Like, beekeeper otaku reincarnated. Now, he, or I guess she, is the queen bee and gets to learn all about bees firsthand, and then also make new friends with all of bee kind. It's perfect. My bee sekai'd pussy. It could work though. Like it'd have like I feel like it'd be kind of like cells at work, and have like some actual like informative stuff from episode to episode, talking about colony dynamics, like what is royal jelly, what is propolis, what is honey, what's the difference between all those things. And then like various like, I don't know, maybe there could be like a monster of the week thing where every episode there's some kind of threat, but they all manage to overcome it together, and they grow together. They're only friends. Well, I mean, okay, I guess it would technically be like a harem, but it makes sense, because it's like the queen bee gets to be surrounded by all the worker bees, and like the worker bees only exist to help the queen bee. So I guess it's like, I don't know, it's a beekeeper, get stung to death by a bunch of bees, get isekai'd into the beavers. I'm never talking like that again. Imagine anime bee girls slathering stamens with pollen. You guys are all thinking about it in the wrong way! I'm thinking about the show as like a cute slice of life, like kind of like pseudo documentary, like nature documentary, informative kind of thing. But you guys guys are just twisting it. You guys are making you're making the bee pussy so weird. Wait, can an anime studio get on top of this? Yeah, don't get it twisted. Are we the ones twisting it? No. I just think it's a really cute idea for a show. And it has potential for, like, I don't know, a classic fish out of water story, but I guess he wouldn't totally be out of water, you know? Because Beekeeper would have all this bee knowledge prior to being isekai'd, but maybe the thing that the Beekeeper learns is more like, because he was like, in his previous life, a shut-in otaku, only cared about bees, but through the show, he learns things that he never learned about love, friendship, togetherness, determination, hard work, and life. And then at the end, he gets like a second chance to return to his previous life, but he chooses to stay with the bees, kind of like in Avatar. He gets to fuck all the bees. Who said that? No. The queen bee doesn't... Do you guys even know how bee colonies work? All the worker bees, they don't do that stuff with the queen. It's not possible. They help the queen, they protect the queen, they feed the queen, and I think that's beautiful and great. But worker bees do not fuck the queen bee. They don't. There's male bees, but they're like found out in the wild, and like the queen bee mates with them and like stores up their bee junk and uses it because the queen bee is like independent and can just like utilize the stored up bee funk to put on the eggs. Artistic freedom, hive mind yaoi. What the fuck? Yeah, the queen bee. Like, I learned about this just like a few weeks ago. I was very deeply disturbed by it. Bee colonies, they're fucked up. They're actually really scary. There's videos like me and Aethel watched this guy. This is actually what got us started on learning about this shit, because we were like wondering, how does this shit work?
Just like us chat, being chilling. Be chilling.
Be chilling. Be leave. Be kind. Be chilling. Be chilling. But yeah, do you guys think I can get an anime studio to make my bee paradise isekai? Bee-sekai? Bee-sekai! Cause it's kind of like a double pun, cause it's not just isekai, it's bee-sekai, which means bee world. Bee world. Oh my god. Email them? What studio should I email? Queen Bee? Queen Bee Anime. Queen Bee Anime Studio? Nothing's coming up. Do they have like a way to contact them? Queen Bee animation is bad because it barely has any actual animation. Ooh, wait, are you guys trolling me by suggesting like a purposely like bad low quality animation studio for my bee passion project? What the fuck? PowerPoint ass animation? You guys are trying to sabotage me because you know how you can't admit that my idea is really good. So what you're probably planning on doing is tricking me into getting this animated by like a low quality studio. Beeble. You're gonna make my Beeble act up. Woo. Why is one of the things that come up when I search Queen Bee Anime Studios trash taste highlights? Animation quality won't matter thanks to your high quality writing, bro. Wait, seriously? You think it could be like a cult classic where the animation is like capital quality and everybody makes fun of it, but it turns out it has like soul and like crazy cinematic writing?